morning, everybody. How are we today? Just getting always gives me a smile when things work. Good morning, everybody. It is Saturday morning. It is breakfast with Beck time, and you are joining Beck Hall, an independent Stampin' Up demonstrator from Melbourne, Australia. And this is a little segment I like to do called Breakfast with Beck. I come live here every Saturday morning at 9 a.m. Good morning, Judy. How are you? Thanks for joining me this morning. How are we all? Can you believe it's the 2nd of August? Oh my God, this year is a thing that you get older and the year starts going a bit quicker. Goodness me. It's just flying by. So if you're joining me, let me know. You'll see a little live here if you're joining me live this morning. If not, you're watching the replay. So let me know either way, whether you're watching the replay or you're here live. We always love to have people to chat to in the mornings, even though it is quite early. Good morning, Jill. Morning, Judy. How are you? Good morning. I've got 2 Judys on this morning. Morning, Judy. So my husband's off at work today. He's gone all the way over to over near Geelong, Anarchy it's called, and he's cutting some concrete today. So I'm thinking, yay, I got all day in the studio today. So super excited that I get to do that. Good morning, Marianne. Good morning, Ali. How are you? Morning, Cheryl. Hey, Lynette. Thanks for joining me. All right, so today I want to share with you a gift card holder. You know, if you guys have been following me for a long time, you know I love gift card holders. It's the easiest gift to give, really, isn't it? And you can substitute a gift card holder for cash as well if you want to do that too. So I love gift card holders. They are the most favourite thing that I like to make. So if you're in my Craft with Beck group and you have a gift card holder that you want to share, let me know, because I would love to see it. Love, love, love gift card holders. Hey, Christine, how are you? Thanks for joining me. Alright, so I'm going to switch you down. We're just going to get started, and I'm using the, what is it called? Floral Impressions paper today. So we've got lots of little flowers and everything that's happening. So we're using that one today. We're also going to use the Simply Said stamp set, and I'm going to use some mixed labels dies as well. So let me flip you down and we'll get started doing some crafting this morning. Alright, flip you down. So we're going to, board's all crooked. Alright, so love my beanie. Thanks, Lynette. It's Fiona gave this to me when we were in Norway together, and I forgot my other beanie, so I thought I'll just grab this one and chuck this one on this morning because my ears were getting a little bit cold. So last night I went over because Brett didn't get home until really, really late. So I thought, oh, I've got the TV to myself. I'm going to flick on whatever I want to watch on the TV. So I put Red Notice on with Ryan Reynolds and The Rock in it, and of course Gal Gadot. And I started doing some fussy cutting, and I fussy cut all of these flowers. Lynette, this is going to be right up your alley with all of the fussy cutting. So just love fussy cutting in front of the telly. So literally the sheet that I fussy cut, let me show you. And I just sat and I just watched telly and fussy cut. Who else likes to do that? This was the sheet that I fussy cut. So every single image on this page I fussy cut out. Even these tiny little ones here and these little individual ones here. So we could use it this morning. So super love fussy cutting. I know Lynette absolutely hates it. Hey Megan, how you going? Alright, so we're going to create a card today. Like I said, easiest gift card you could ever do. We're going to need some designer paper and obviously some designer series paper. So let's go through and pick which one we want to use. So I'm just going to grab, let's see. I kind of like this one, and you guys will know why I like this one, because it's all green. But then this one's pretty cool too. I mean, let's face it, they're all beautiful, but we can only use one. And then we've got that one there as well. And then there's this one. So they're all gorgeous, but we can only use one. So let me know, will I go, let's do a choice. Let's have a look at the back sides. Alright, so we got 2 green back ones. So let's eliminate one of them. So we'll get rid of that one so that we've only got 1 green background, because we're going to need the back side of it too, the back side of water. So let's see. We'll go 1, 2, or 3. Let me know in the comments what you want me to use. So we'll go 1, 2, 3. Good morning, Fiona. How are you this morning? Here, Fiona, look. I forgot my beanie this morning. Let me flip you around. Look what I had to wear. Oh my goodness, because it was hanging up in my studio, so I thought I'd chuck my beanie on. So, because I forgot my grey one. So, keeping my head nice and warm. Alright, oh my goodness, the votes are flipping through. 3, 2, 2 looks like a popular one. I think it's going to be 2. Alright, let's get number 2 out. So we're going to use this one today. Now I need some paper to go with it. I'm kind of liking this Secret Sea. It's kind of my favourite at the moment. I don't know about you guys, but let's just get out the Secret Sea and have a look. So we've got Secret Sea, or we could go basic black. Let me grab out some black and we can have a look and see at that too. I mean, basic Secret Sea and basic black is kind of the same, really. Is it the same? I don't know. Or we could pull out one of the colours. What I think that might be, is that Petunia Pop? Let me have a look on the back of my paper. Let's see. Pretty in Pink. Oh, Fresh Freesia. It's not Fresh Freesia, is it? Surely not Fresh Freesia. Garden Green. We could do a bit of Garden Green. What about Garden Green? Let's see Garden Green. Secret Sea. Oh, you're all saying Secret Sea. Let's just do Secret Sea. How's that? Secret Sea. Alright, let's just do Secret Sea. We won't even bother looking for another colour. I was going to give you a choice of 3, but you've all said Secret Sea, so let's just do that. Alright, so I'm going to pop my card in here, and you know, for the life of me, I know we use 14.9 because it's half a sheet, right? But when we're using a whole sheet of cardstock, we really want to use what we've got, right? And we use the whole piece, okay? So I'm just going to cut this at 6 inches by the length of my paper, like so, because it still fits in an envelope at 6 inches. So, and then we're not wasting as much, and you know, etc, etc. So we're cutting it at 6 inches. You could still do 14.9 if you wanted to, but I figure we're using the whole sheet anyway, so I may as well cut it at 6 inches. So then we're going to go and we're going to score this at 10.5 centimetres, like so. And then we're going to score it at 21 centimetres. And I'm going to cut it at 28.5. 28.5. So cut it. So I've just got that little scrappy bit, right? So that's basically me card front. So I'm going to fold it like that. So that's going to go backwards. And then this is going to go forwards like this. So it's still a card, okay? And then what I'm going to do is, because it doesn't really matter, I'm going to mark it at 7.4, which is halfway, or 3 inches, 7.6, because I changed it to 6 inches, or 3 inches, which is halfway, right? So I'm just going to score a little line there, right there, and then I'm going to cut from that little mark that I've scored to this mark here, all right? So I'm going to cut this across like so, okay? So then that will then become my card front. Now at this stage, it doesn't matter whether you cut this side or this side, because we can, you know, flip it around and make it go the right way. So, all right. So we've got this one here like so, and then this is going to fold back like so. So then that is basically our, it's super duper easy. Like, how you can't get any easier than that, can you? All right. So now what we need to do is cut our designer series paper. So we're going to use this one here. And then we're going to go, I'm going to cut this at 10 centimetres by, and because I've done it at 6 inches, see, this is going to throw me out now. I should have just done it at normal 14.9, because I don't really know me measurements from 6 inches. So I'm just going to go 1/4 of an inch shorter. So I'm going to cut that at 14.7. Okay, and that is going to sit on here like so. So we can glue that down. Oh, glue that down like so. Just give that a bit of a drizzle with glue, and we're going to put this down here. Now obviously if you have directional paper, you want to make sure that there are directions going in the right way, hey? Because it's going to look silly if it's upside down, isn't it? So, and then this piece here we're going to use for here, but we want it because we've got to cut the angle, right? So I know that this piece here is 7 point, hold please, let me grab my little U-Butte handy dandy ruler. It is 7.5 centimeters, so I want 7 centimeters to go across this piece here. So I'm going to go and cut this down to 7 centimeters, like so. And then this is the easiest way. Now if you're ever doing angles on your cards, so like this angle here, and it doesn't matter what angle you're doing, this is the easiest way to angle it. So this is how our card's going to sit, right? Now I want to use this green side on this piece of cardstock here. So the easiest way to do it is get your width of your panel. So there's the width of my panel there, and I've got my seam allowance on either side. And then if I was to do that, see how I've got a nice even border here, here and here, right? Now I want to cut an angle here, but if I cut an angle here, it's not going to give me an even border up here. So all I'm going to do is just cinch this up a little bit, so it would be double of my border here and here. So see, double here but same single here and here. Then I'm going to flip it over, grab a pencil, and then I'm just going to run a pencil line down here. This is the easiest way to cut on an angle. And then I'm going to pop it into my trimmer like so and just trim that off. And then when I take it back to my card front here, this will give me the exact border I need all the way around on the same angle. See that? You can't get any easier. You can't get any simpler. And that doesn't matter what angles you're doing, it always works. That trick always works. So make sure you've got your width right, and then you do your length. And it's just that you double it on the bottom instead of just doing one thing on the bottom. Alright, so we can glue this on now. Like so. Like that. There. Easy peasy pumpkin squeezy. Look at that. Beautiful borders all the way around. Did anybody know that trick for when you're cutting triangles to do it like that? It's just super easy, especially if you've got three sides that are already straight, right? Alright, so then we're going to do some die cutting. So I'm going to grab my, I'm going to put this away because we don't need that trimmer anymore. I'm going to grab my mixed label dies out. We're going to use this one for the sentiment, and we're going to use some of that there. And then we're going to use all those other flowers that I did spend fussy cutting out. So I'm going to use this little strip here, see, because we don't have any scraps, and we're going to die cut a couple of these out with using that secret seed. And I just need some scrap paper here. Let me go into my scrap bin because I've got lots of them, as you all know. And we're going to die cut that out from there like so. So let me grab my die cutting machine. We'll die cut this out, and my filthy plate. Probably should really need to clean it. And I just clean it with a like a rough brush, like sort of like a wire brush. These mats, these are the best ones. I like these. These are magnetic plates that I use, and they don't come with this machine, but I alter it, and I actually cut it with my drop saw because, well, I can. And all of my girls use these magnetic plates. They are the best. Alright, so I'm just gonna pop this out. Oh, I want 3 of these because, you know, we don't do things in even numbers because that messes with my head, as you all know. Can't do even Stevens. Have to be odd bods, not even Stevens. Alright. Alright. So I'm gonna pop that out there. Just need to get rid of some of these things in here. Nobody likes a clogged die. Okay. Alright. What's everyone up to for the weekend? And then I'm just going to grab this other little scrappy bit here that I had and just go another one of those there. I like these kind of dies with that do the you know, just some background pieces. Okay. I'm not seeing anybody's comments, so I'm hoping that I'm still live and kicking and we're right to go. Alright, let me get rid of that. Now, just got to we could give this one a bit of a wiggle to get rid of all of the bits in the inside. Give that one a bit of a wiggle, that one, and then just push all of that off because we don't need any of that. Alright, and then I'm going to stamp my sentiment down on here. So I'm going to use, I think will I use just a note or will I use birthday wishes? Which way will I do it, do you think? Will I do it this way like that or will I go like that? Which way? Depending on which way you say as to whether, oh, not much this weekend. Do the dies, not cut out the flowers. Not all of those flowers, no, Megan, they're a bit too little to cut out the thing. Oh, I wasn't seeing everybody's comments. Look at all of these comments that are happening. Nothing much this weekend. Heading into the city for lunch with friends and staying there for the night, so who knows. Into mischief, I think, Jill. That's where it'll end up. Sleeping just meant for... Oh, Harry, no, that's not good. 5 days in hospital. I hope you're okay. Odd mantra, not just for cards either. Flows into food, which means 3 biscuits. One biscuit's never enough, Joe. Let's face it, you know, really. Vertical, but depends on the sentiment. Well, that's what I'm saying, Jude. Like, which one will I go for? Comedy show. Oh, that sounds fun, Julie. Relaxing, vertical. Alright, so let's go up and down. So then we're going to use just the note. So we want to put it right way around, don't we, hey? Meeting my sister and we're going to have cake party with Emma. Oh, cake party. Yummo, Megan. Yummo. Alright, now if your stamps, see how it's not picking up onto my block? If they ever get not sticky, the easiest way to make them sticky again is to probably run them under some nice hot water with some soap, like soapy hot water, but you can just grab them and put them on your chamois, give them a bit of a, how's it doing, wash on the back of the chamois, and then just pop it onto your block. It will stick onto your block. It's because my blocks are dirty and I need to clean them, but it will stick then. You just need to, you know, give them a bit of a whatsy what clean. Alright, so craft group today, more of that sounds fun too. Alright, so I'm going to stamp the just a note onto my sentiment piece here. So we're just going to go in the middle there like that. Pop that on there to clean it. And then I'm going to stick these 3 pieces onto the back of this. So I just need to grab some tear and tape onto the back here, like so. Grab my little picky tool. And then we're going to pop one in the middle, like so. Make sure I've got it even Stevens there. And then I really like it when dies give us this option. See how I've got like 2 flat edges here? So I'm just going to line this up here and here, because I know then that that's going to be level. See, now my middle one looks crooked. And then I'm going to line this one here up with that edge there, there and there, like that. And then I'm going to have to straighten my middle one because now it's crooked. Alright, try again, Beck. Like so. So then when we flip it over, see how we get like 3 even Stevens on the panel there. Oh, that's good. Harry, nice to see you're on the mend. Alright, so we're going to grab some... Oh my goodness, my dimensionals are looking a bit sad, aren't they? Alright, I'm just going to snip all of these. We've got to snip these bits because, you know, that gives you great satisfaction to use all of the bits that are on the ends here. And we're just going to stick some dimensionals. I'm just going to stick them over those pieces because that's where my sticky tape is, or my tearing tape is. And then we're going to stick that panel down to the center of our card here. So just a note. Now we've got to make our gift card piece, right? So because our gift card's going to tuck in here. So to do that, you simply want to grab, now it depends on the size of your gift card. So if you've got like a gift certificate or a bookmark or something like that, you could make a bookmark and put a bookmark in here as well. But we want to put a gift card in here, but we don't want it to like sink all the way down. You want to be able to see the top of the gift card, right? So we want to put glue on this bottom piece here. So I'm just going to hold my gift card there roughly, just go a bit of glue on the bottom here like so, and then go down a bead of glue there. Give that bit more of a wiggle there. And then I'm just going to shut the front door like that. So once we shut the front door, then that's going to allow our little gift card to sit in there nicely. So you're giving out the card as well as the gift, right? Now, as I said, you could make a bookmark to go in there. We could pop, you know, use the remaining part of this to make a nice bookmark or whatever. But I'm doing a gift card holder because, you know me, I love to make gift card holders. All right, but now we need to jazz it up a bit with our flowers. So this is where all my fussy cutting comes into play. So what colours will we use? So I've got oranges, we've got yellows, we've got some of these pretty pink ones which will come out from those. And I just literally just sat and played and cut and fussy cut. Look, even made little flowers like so. So then you can just go and assortly arrange, or assortly, that's a new word. Assort the flowers, sort the flowers out and get some greenery happening here. Don't know if we want to put any greenery on there, do we? It's going to cover our bits there. Don't know. Let's go for maybe a smaller piece. Up here. Like so. And then it's just a matter of playing and sticking them where you think that they might look any good. And then we'll just stick a bit here. Like that. And then a bit here, like that. And then I think we need a couple of other little ones. Hey Jenny, how are you? Thanks for joining me. Alright, and then, and I only put these in little baggies so that all the colours were separate, yeah? Because, God, could you imagine if we just, like, put them all together? And I think I'm going to use a couple of these little dudes here. Alright, let's just stick it. Let's just stick it down and see what we come up with. I'm going to swap that one out because that little flower looks a bit dodgy. Alright, so I'm just going to grab some glue, pop some glue on the back here. Looks great. I'll have to watch the replay rest of the day. Have a good time in the city, Jill. Alright, so I'm going to pop that one there like that. I'm going to pop these little guys. Just popping a little bit of glue on the bottom of each flower here. Like so. Like so. And then I might pop these ones on some mini dimensionals just to, you know, pop them up a bit. Ooh. Pop that one there. And then do this one here. Like that. Like so. And then we'll grab some of these little dudes and pop these on too. One. And you could pop as many of these as you like on, I guess, really. Wouldn't matter. Because, you know, you spent the time fussy cutting them out, so we may as well. I'm going to pop one in there like that. And go one down here. Like so. And that's 4 flowers. And then if we stick this one here on, that will be 5 flowers. Why is my little doodad not coming off? Where am I going to stick him? We're going to tuck him under there, I think. Like that. There we go. And I think that's all that we really want to put on the front of that. So let me pop these into my baggies. And then I got all of these to use on other cards. So you could make a ton of these gift cards and just have them sitting there ready to go. because like I said, who doesn't like getting a gift card? And you can even use these on the inside bit. So let me grab an inside white. We're going to pop these down here. So this is one of my inside whites here. And then will I use, I haven't really got any yellows on there. Let's just use some of these ones. Now, was there any edgy bits? Oh, there's a couple of edgy bits here. See, so even the edgy bits I cut, because you can use those as well. And I'm just gonna stick them, like use flat ones. So we're gonna stick it here like so. And I mean, this would even make a good card front. So you just go through and look for all your edgy bits. Edgy bits. New word. No, I'm not going to stick that one there. I'm going to go that one there, like so. And then I need one more for down the bottom there. Is there another edgy bit? There'd have to be another edgy bit somewhere, wouldn't there? If not, I'll just make an edgy bit. Oh, there's another little edgy bit. So all the ones that you have on the edge and your corners are good for the insides. Having a quiet show, so hopefully watching the Super Netball Grand Final tonight. Oh, go Vixens. Well, that sounds like a good weekend too, Mary. I'm going to stick this one in the corner because it's got two edgy bits like that. And then I think I might just go that there like that. So we're just doing like a cluster of flowers on the bottom corner there. Like that. Well, or the top corner, not bottom corner. I'm going to put it in the bottom, just like that. See, on the inside. And you could even do that on your envelope as well. So, bit of glue on the back, and we're going to stick that in. So there we go. There's your easy, super duper easy gift card holder. No waste, no fuss. Let's get our little gift card here. Pop it in the front there, and it's ready to go. What do you reckon? Do you like that idea? As I said, super easy, not very minimal waste. And this is what I like when you crafting, that you have very minimal waste when you're working with your products. So there we go. What do you think? Do you like that, guys? Will you have a crack at doing that one? I think it's super easy. I think that you know, anytime we make up crafts and super easy is good. Luke's knees are healing very well. Once again though, because the surgeon has now told him to just, you know, he will bend it in his own time. That's all he repeats to me when I say to him, mate, you've been needing to bend the knee a bit, Megan. So he's taking a little bit of time and not quite bending the knee. So it's getting there slowly though. He's walking a lot better, so that's the main thing, isn't it? Alright guys, well that's me done for today. Like, how's that? Not even half an hour. Bang! And you've got a beautiful gift card. I mean, it helps that I fussy cut all of these flowers out, doesn't it? But, super easy. Oh, you know what? It needs some bling. Hang on. Hang on. Hold, please. Let me get some bling. What have we got here? Do I go for my U-Butte favourite standard bling? Oh, what bling do we need? I'm looking. Let me go. Oh, looking. I was actually trying to pull out some of the blue. What about, you know what? I'm going to go for these ones. These were actually quite pretty when we used these the other day. These ones here. These are the iridescent faceted gems. And they're quite pretty. They're quite shiny. Alright, so let's grab some of these. I'm going to go one there, and we'll go one up there. Like that. There we go. Got a bit of bling on there now. Ooh, nice shiny bling. Everybody loves bling, don't they? So, alright guys, well I hope you give that one a crack. If you do and you are part of my Craft with Bet group, I would love to see you have a go at that and post up your cards over on that group. If you are not part of the Craft with Beck group, say that 5 times fast, you can join the group. It's free to join. You don't have to pay. You can do anything you like. You can join that group and you can share all your crafting. So whether you do card making or scrapbooking or cross stitch or whatever crafts you do, you can share it over on that, because it is called Craft with Beck, not card making with Beck. But you do have to answer a couple of questions just before when you join the group, just to keep us all safe and away from, like, not very nice people, spammers and stuff like that. So very, very super easy questions to answer. So yeah, the colour on the bling plackets, I know sometimes it makes it a bit hard, doesn't it, Harry, to find out what colours they are. I kind of like using silver and gold a lot though, and black, because they're very standard colours. So alright guys, I have a great weekend, and if you are watching around on Wednesday, if you don't get notifications come up to say that I'm live, there's 3 little dots next to Beck's House of Craft. You need to hit those little dots and make sure that you're getting all the notifications that come up, so that when I do go live, it'll come up and say, hey, Beck's live, you can go and watch her now. So the 3 little dots for the notifications are great. So but yeah, Wednesday, Wing It Wednesday at 8 o'clock is my next time I go live, where we basically just wing it and do whatever comes up on the night. But if not, I'll see you next Saturday for Breakfast with Beck. Alright guys, have a fantastic weekend and I'll see you soon. Bye.